the personalities here. But before then, I would like us to celebrate our party. APC! Progress! Progress! APC! Praise God! Those who know God, praise God! It is a new dawn for the APC in Akwa Ibom State. No woman! Your Excellency, the women.
Progress! APC! Mr. Chairman of our great party, the APC, the Vice Chairman, other members of the leadership of this party, National Officer, President, National Officer, the distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Let me start by apologizing to you for the late coming. We had, by design, wanted to be here by 3 p.m. We had to go through the Cross River State chapter of the APC before we come here. So we apologize, we are not normally latecomers. I imagine that you have received our apologies. Let me congratulate the Cross River State, the Akwa Ibom State chapter of the APC for working so hard to ensure that 2023, this very important state, this very promising land will be an APC state. And when we mean business, because Nigeria will continue to be APC, and this very important and indeed strategic state will turn APC as well. Let me repeat what the Chief Whip has said. Our friend, the distinguished Senator Goswill Akpabio, the former minority leader and then an APC stalwart, now a presidential aspirant like I am, is the leader of the party in this state. And, I had a telephone conversation with him that I'll be coming to meet with our delegates here in Akwa Ibom, New York. And of course, I spoke with my friend, Senator Ita Inan, who was in the House of Representatives with me for almost 8 years, 8 years, before I left for the Senate, where he also joined us. That we are coming here, we should talk to you. APC is a beautiful bride, like you've said. We are many, close to 30, even though some have dropped, and we expect that many more will withdraw for me, because already some have. In fact, the Chief Whip here was the first to withdraw for me after paying his 100 million naira. Before I did, by the day that we picked the form, he said he was not going to contest anymore. He's going to support this movement. And we have so many, counting now, almost 9 aspirants who are willing, lined up to support this movement and withdraw from the race for me. I expect that after very deep and strategic discussions and deliberations and talks with my brother and friend, the distinguished Senator Goswill Akpabio, we will have an understanding. You don't have to say no. No doesn't exist in our vocabulary in the APC. If I have any reason to support Senator Akpabio, I will. And that's why it's not good for you to say no. Because if you say no, then it means if I have any reason to support someone, it shouldn't be him. I don't think that's the spirit. So we are believers in one thing. Our party has its own ideals, it has its own manifesto, it has its own programs, and it is for all of us running for the seat or the president or the federal government of Nigeria to embrace the ideals of our party. That unites us, and therefore contest is just supposed to be in a very statesmanly fashion, that we are all brothers at the end of the day. Only one of us will get the ticket, and the rest will support the other person, whoever that person is. But that person is looking increasingly like it is going to be me. And I have been in the National Assembly for 23 years now. I've been served as a member of the House of Representatives for 8 years, 1999 to 2007. And from 2007, I moved into the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, re-elected in 2011, re-elected in 2015, re-elected in 2019. Served as Senate leader in the last assembly, and currently, by the grace of God and endorsement of my colleagues, the President of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. At the risk of sounding immodest, but this problem in this business of politics, if you don't blow your trumpet, probably nobody would. So I'm compelled to blow my trumpet. I wish someone else here would help me at the end of the day. I have acquired sufficient and significant experience to run the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria very successfully. Having served as a member of the National Assembly for this long, over 20 years, over 2 decades, I know every part of Nigeria. First, I have friends and colleagues all over the country. Secondly, as a serving presiding officer, as Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I preside over the affairs of 108 distinguished senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and as Chairman of the National Assembly, I also have the supervisory role on what happens in the House of Representatives, where we have 360 members of the House. Certainly, I know the issues that we need to address. Certainly, I am competent enough, and having been around in governance as President of the Senate, very close to Villa, very close to the President, to discuss issues that affect our country, issues of security, issues of economy, and so on and so forth. I know what these issues are. And so far, from 2015, when this administration came, by the way, I've always been in opposition until 2015. I was APP, then APP, and APC. All the time in opposition, but always working to ensure that there was stability in the National Assembly and, of course, productivity by the National Assembly. That was why when I was in the House, even though a minority, even though in opposition, I was Chairman House Committee on Agriculture and I was Chairman House Committee on Education. Those 2 slots, 2 positions, could only be said to be for the opposition, for the majority party. But I think the PDP then believed that I was responsible enough, I was productive enough, I could be of value to the legislations in the House and, of course, governance generally in the country. And today, as a presiding officer, as President of the Senate, we know how much we have done for Nigeria in terms of infrastructure by this administration. We know how much empowerment we have done. We know how much has gone into the Niger Delta Development Commission to develop the Niger Delta, the golden goose that lays the golden egg. Now it is for me, if I'm given an opportunity and get the right team, and I will get the right team, including all those very brilliant people from Akwa Ibom State, to work to ensure that where we have recorded successes already as an administration, as an APC administration from 2015 to 2023, when the head of president will conclude on his tenure, the second tenure, we should be able to build on those areas that we have already achieved successes. Where we have some challenges and did not achieve much successes, we look at why we have not been able to deal with those to our satisfaction. Let me say that the issues today before Nigeria and anyone who will lead the country is first security, then economy, then education, and so on and so forth. And I will reduce this to only 3. when I say security, I mean every part of this country experiences one insecurity or the other. But you know what? We also recorded successes in fighting insecurity. In 2015, when Mr. President Ahmad was sworn in, he dealt with Boko Haram insurgency in the northeast. And I'm from Yobe State, and I can in the northeast, and I can tell you that today we not only sleep with our 2 eyes closed, but in fact we even walk in the night into the darkness, even where there is no light, without anything happening to us, because our armed forces have dealt with Boko Haram. But we have new challenges in the northwest, where banditry, kidnapping are happening in such a manner that is threatening our economy, the lives of our people, and in fact, our even corporate existence. So far, this administration has devoted so much resources in fighting insurgency in the country, banditry in the country, militancy, and so on and so forth. We have achieved successes even at this moment, because even in the northwest, the scope and intensity in banditry is reducing. And of course, we still have those challenges, but we can deal with them. By the grace of God, I can marshal the team that can deal with that. Economy, this is what every part of Nigeria and every citizen will have to live for. I want to have an economy that is an all-inclusive economy, where especially those that are vulnerable socially and economically will have opportunities to also lead their lives in a very decent manner. Here we have to know and admit and in fact acknowledge what we have been able to achieve as an administration so far. We have various types of empowerment programs, especially for our youth. Some, at least, as far as I'm concerned, these particular empowerment programs that are targeted at our youth and women are more than 10. And these are administered by different organizations, institutions of the federal government of Nigeria. I believe that we have achieved so much with that. We are reducing poverty, but we can do more. We can restructure and of course legislate to make those kind of empowerment programs more enduring and more penetrating and more helpful. But I believe that we have achieved some success. Mr. President said we want to take 100 million Nigerians out of poverty in the next 10 years. I think those of us who are overzealous will work to ensure that we do that even before elapsement of 10 years. We can do that through so many programs, redirecting our resources, our energies to those areas that can easily give opportunities to our youth. I am a youth myself of different definition, and youth here, you will agree with me that the youth of this country have more energy, are more and better educated than when I was their age. So therefore, they have acquired sufficient capacity, sufficient energy, that what we need to do is to give them the opportunities where they can channel those energies and those expertise and skills that they have. I believe that this country can be far, far, far better than it is. But building a nation is not a one man's business. Building a nation is a business of people coming as a team and governments coming in continuity of each other's. Therefore, I want to appeal to you here that the candidate from the aspirant from here, from Akwa Ibom, the distinguished Senator Bosu Fabio, is safe in Yobe State. He is safe in Yobe State. In fact, I invite him to go to Yobe State to talk to our delegates, just like I've come here to talk to you so that you see me face to face. And I'm so confident that we are thinking alike, because we are, after all, APC. APC is a party, as we know, and therefore we have our common direction, our common focus, our common purpose, and all of us in the party are supposed to be aligned. And therefore this contest is not about anything but about making Nigeria greater, and we believe in that. If I have your votes, no, I'm not asking you, I'll put the question later. But I want to say, if I have your votes, I want to promise you that Akwa Ibom And indeed, the leaders of this party from this state, Senator Akwa Ibom, is going to be part and parcel of this movement. If he gets the votes more than I do, I'm sure I will be of value to him. And therefore, I'm making a declaration that this contest, that about over 20 of us are involved, is not a contest of conquest. It's a contest of ideas, of commitment by all of us. All of us that are involved in this have the capacity. But I want to tell you that I have more things going for me, and that makes me stand out. My age, I'm sure that I'm between the old and the young. I'm only 63, by the way. And, sorry?
Very young, sir.
Yeah, very young and very experienced. And I've witnessed democracy firsthand. And I have been involved in programs and projects of government firsthand, especially this administration. Having been in the National Assembly means that I have been in contact with all parts of Nigeria, with all the ethnic groups of the country, with all the religious persuasions in the country. And I want to assure you that Nigeria first, Nigeria will remain our focus, Nigeria will remain the reason why every action that we take will be explained. For me, this is, in a final note, a good reason for me to continue to engage with you. When I come here next, I want to be here as the candidate of the All Progressives Congress to come to Akwa Ibom State. And when I will be here, the single Senator Gosula Kwabe will be here, the single Senator Italiana will be here, the single Senator John Udo will be here, and all other persons who are not here will be here. Because by then, I will be the candidate of our party. And the single Senator Fabio will not be anywhere else looking for votes. If he does, he'll be looking for votes from me. Right now he's in Lagos, maybe looking for votes like I am. But I want to assure you that wherever he is, I wish him well. APC, APC,